G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Bloodied minigun with bashing damage increased by 40% and +1 perception, major and minor legendary effects respectively. I got this the other day whilst recording a Queen tested video. A little baby Scorched Beast dropped this thing before I killed the mummy, so, you know, it's pretty cool. People have expressed interest in seeing this thing tested out, so here it is. Also, I'd like to point out how super useful the +1 perception on this thing is going to be. Not only will I not be using this in VATS at all to, you know, actually gain the perception bonuses, but I won't be firing this weapon at all. As you can tell, 0 ammo. If you are unfamiliar with how miniguns work when you've got no ammo and a shredder barrel, basically you spin the motors up and this whirly death blades will start a spinning, and you'll be doing bash damage very rapidly to anything that is within melee range to you. Unfortunately, the bashing damage is unlisted, so I can't exactly show you until we get into gameplay, so I'll try to speed this up a little bit. Special mention, accelerated barrel, I feel like increases the DPS of this thing because of the rate of fire. I spent a little bit of time just testing this out before. Another thing I'll get to a little bit later, but I found out that the accelerated barrel hits just a tiny little bit faster. It could be placebo, but I'm not really missing out on too much condition or too much reach or anything. It's not going to change the difference. But another interesting thing is it's actually boosted by stabilize too. You can get some armor penetration out of your minigun with bash damage, which is useful for punching through targets with lots of health. Want to know something weird? Stabilize works like this. 57 damage with stabilized, as you can tell, no tenderizer. 46 damage without stabilized. So, like I said before, the bash damage is unlisted, so we don't have to actually apply any perks. So I'll just talk you through some of the more important ones. So we've got Basher in here, no heavy gunner perks. Obviously, the Basher increases our bash damage and also gives us a chance to cripple our opponents, which is good. Blocker, so if we get hit by a super sledge, it won't do as much damage. Pain Train is there so we can run into enemies and, you know, take them down, stagger them, so we can get on the whirly death blades a little bit easier and chop them down with that. Bare arms and scattershot are there just to improve my weight, I guess, of the guns that I've got in my stash, because I had to pull a few guns out of my stash to fit all the ammo back into it. But scattershot is more there so I can actually use a shotgun, and I've got enforcer for that as well. So if there's anything that flies around, namely Scorched Beast, I'll be able to cripple them, bring them to ground, and then use the whirly death blades on their face. Less emphasis on concentrated fire because I won't be using VATS all that much at all, so that gives me room for a bit of glow slat, so anything glowing will take a little bit more damage. Fireproof, any explosions will do minimal damage. Like I said before, I've got stabilized for punching through a little bit of armor. The accuracy benefits do nothing. Node Rage is there to boost our damage, obviously synergize as well with Bloodied and Adrenal Reaction along with that. Got Bloody Mess too, and Luck of the Draw. I don't think it actually works with bashing, but one can hope. And yeah, 31 damage. But we're going to get ourselves irradiated. Okay, so here we are at Green Power Headquarters. Also, I've got emergency protocols, which is in effect now in a jetpack, which probably won't use all that much, but if I need to jump a little bit higher than usual, it'll be helpful. And now we get into bashing stuff. Being staggered a little bit more than usual. There's something off about this thing. It keeps unspinning itself. I'm going to go into third person and... There's something off about this. It's not working as intended. Let me just... Okay, you can't switch viewpoints until the barrel is completely stopped. There we go. We'll keep on going, see what we can do. Now, okay. Something's broken this minigun barrel. For some reason, sometimes it just doesn't want to keep on going, but that we've seemed to have moved past that. You need to let go of the clutch before you do stuff. And let me just bash now, because, well, that's what the bashing animation was. Maybe I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing the bash button instead of the sprint button. That might have thrown off. We can't really see the damage of what this thing is doing with bashing, but at least we're up to 135. And one of the problems that I had with a bashing minigun last time was that its condition bar went down extremely fast, and what that led to is just general pains in the ass. You have to, you know, stop killing stuff for a bit and chuck a repair kit on. We've got plenty of repair kits, which is good, but since we're doing such high damage with this thing, the use for repair kits isn't really all that much, and I don't think we're seeing too much use out of the Strangleheart simply because we're killing them too quickly. But these are super mutants. They're not exactly joke enemies, but they're not going to stand up to anything too powerful. You've certainly seen them fall to, you know, actual bullet-firing bloodied miniguns about as quick as this. And come back here, mate. There we go. Alright, let's get inside. Still got no bloody idea why exactly my minigun just didn't want to stop. Oh. It's doing it again. Does it not like when I jump? Ah, it doesn't like when I jump. So if I switch on third person and switch back. Okay, so basically don't jump with these things. That's weird. I don't think I picked that up last time, but that might have been why I didn't like it as much as I should have. But yeah, just stay grounded when you're using this thing and you should be fine. Weirdly, I managed to spin the barrel up there, but the gun didn't think it was actually firing. There's a little bit of extra delay too. As you have to wait until the barrel comes to a complete standstill to actually do anything. Oh yes, okay, so the thing does stall a little bit if you jump, which is a pain in the ass. If I use this thing in third person, does it suffer from the same effect? We shall see, eh? We just run around chopping things up. Got 96 damage on the headshots there. Pretty solid. Even though, you know, the minigun was at somewhere that is not quite his head, but whatever, we can roll with it. And she's broken already. So we got a decent amount of time, you know, I wouldn't say firing this thing, but hang on, I'm punching now. I got to actually re-equip the minigun. Yeah, I don't have a lot of moments in this game where I actually have the weapon break on me, so it kind of throws me off when it does. You have to, you know, unequip it and do all this shit, and then... Okay, that doesn't seem to be stalling all that much. Okay, so whatever it was before, I seem to have... Oh! There you go. Luck of the draw did work there. That's the first time that it's popped up all video. Maybe it's... I unequipped and re-equipped this thing after, you know, getting into the power armor. We're not getting any extra damage that we weren't getting before, but I don't know, it's just, it's weird. The minigun is weird, but other than its weird performance quirks that you get every now and then, as you can tell, it's shredding stuff super easily. We've got to keep a watch of that condition bar. Let's see if she's got enough in her to finish off the rest of these bastards. Oh, there's a couple more in here. Either I'm sloppy or there's a few extra spawns lying around. I'm thinking that might be a few extra spawns because the boss enemy usually stays up in the control room. Unless I just, you know, forgot to actually go there. But I'm hearing stuff. No. That spinning whirly blade of death on the other room and the various screams of your comrades dying. Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, you don't need to worry about that. Anyways, we'll keep on spinning. Walking forward. Now, unfortunately, I'd like to get use out of pain train here, but since as soon as you stop firing, you can't sprint until the barrels have come to a complete standstill, it's not really worth using it in here. In fact, the best way to kind of use this weapon is just hold the trigger down. Anything in front of you will get hit. You don't have to worry about, you know, degrading the damage on things that are already dead. You could shoot at a corpse all bloody day and it won't do jack shit to your weapon condition, which is nice. Unlike the Fallout 3 New Vegas. Oh, we got staggered out of it. Unfortunately, okay, it's broken again. That's a shame. So, let me just, I'll use this to repair it. Okay, did have me stalled for a bit. We'll chuck that back on, and then we'll finish off the rest of these super beauty bastards, and then we can move on to some tools. Who's left now? Luckily, we've got Strangleheart to give us the damage over time radius to figure out he's indeed on top. Okay, not sure whether Tenderizer actually worked there. I've got that equipped. I switched that out for from Lone Wanderer. It seems to be doing me no good, but whatever. Okay, this is where the fun begins, and if I can wake up the tools by just, you know, magically spinning this thing and making a huge racket when I hit the Nuka-Cola and ice dispensers, that might be fun. And if we're quick enough, we can get to the door, and then we can just sit here. Come on, fellas, you know where to get to. So in terms of the novelty value of doing dumb shit like this weapon's got you covered. Okay, time to put the pressure on them, eh? Move out of my way, zombies. Die. Die, you godless freaks. ad victoriam. If I could make it my life's work to destroy every single ghoul there ever was, then that's a good life. That's a good thing to be remembered by. I think Dan said something like that, and if you talk to him next to ghouls. Ooh, we got it. Ooh, we were actually a little bit over the top there. I think my well-fed bonus dropped off, so I wasn't getting that spontaneous weird health regeneration, but whatever. Yeah, I've just been neglecting my health bar a little bit, or rather my food bar, because, well, we didn't really need it during the super mutants, and honestly, I'm kind of tired right now. I don't want to go around getting food. I've got some recording to do. Anyways, we only missed out on 3 ghouls, so I think you get the idea. You want to see something bizarre? I've just hopped out of my power armor. I'm just foregoing a little bit of the armor penetration for increased agility, and you'll notice in my agility stat here I've got sneak and covert operative. You're about to see a stealth minigunner in action, provided this water isn't too deep. As it turns out, Swan detects you pretty quickly. He's stalled though, so we can just do that. Curiously, that time when I jumped, I was able to keep spinning the barrels. Interesting. Alright, enough screwing around, let's send it, and hopefully we won't get killed by damage over time, because that is a very distinct possibility here. Not for the basic crabby dudes, but for the mirelurk kings, so you've got to keep your distance, make sure they don't claw at you. For some reason, what happens is, I'm just going to Stimpack to counteract that, because I will die otherwise. Yay, get killed by glow sight. Yeah, there's a decent amount of stagger factor with this thing, so, you know, that's pretty good. Got a mirelurk over there. You shred him. Where you at? There you are. Then the mirelurk queen shows up, so we'll take her out. And, ooh, okay, she's successfully hit us there. That's okay. And I'm going to die. Nope, we got that spontaneous health regeneration that I was talking about before. I used to think that was a rejuvenated thing, but no, that just kind of happens when you're well fed. So, you know, keep your feed bar well up and you'll die, or you won't die as easily because of bugs. Yay. Okay, so probably time to talk about conclusions with this thing. Hey, no stealth command doing mirelurk king. Get out of here, you little bastard. And where was that scorched officer? Ugh. They're out of there. Whatever, not my problem. Anyways, so what do I think about this Bloodied bash minigun setup? Well, I don't really think highly of it. I'm thinking, oh, they're bears, and there's... Okay, it's the stages have set for a epic fight because I've bugged VATS somehow, and now I've got this blurry vision. I might actually die here because I get staggered. So, this is where you'll start to see the minigun fail, because what happens here is that I am easily staggered by these Yargwai, and provided they actually hit me. That one didn't manage to, but you know, they can hit me pretty easily. Can I get some... Oh, I can't actually use this thing in VATS at all because I got no bullets, so I'll have to switch to this and then VATS something. Come out of that. There we go. We don't have ultra depth of field mods anymore, but yeah, there's not a lot that this thing can do that a minigun firing actual bullets can do better. As you saw there, I just got my ass handed to me by a dumb bear because I can't actually... They can stagger you, basically. Being staggered is your fatal flaw with this, and I wouldn't have to worry about being staggered if I was up there on the train carriages just shooting 5mm at them. So what is the point of these weapons, you might ask? Well, obviously to do a nice pirouette when you die in power armor, that's always amusing. Now, obviously, the unstoppable onslaught of bears is a lot easier quelled when you've got an enforcer weapon. Take this BE shotgun, for example. Just need to shoot them around the legs, and they'll stop moving, like this fellow. So I'll quickly just knacker him in a little bit, and just take him out, and pick up my screws and all my other crap. And now that that bear's around, what I'll do, I'll give him the same enforcer treatment. So you can just stop moving, friend. Come on. Good old fireproof there saved me from death. If you're not really sold on fireproof, just play that clip over and over. I'd basically eat an entire BE shotgun shell and not survive. Oh, wow, that is some clever bear work there. Wow, he was really trying to flex on me going for that double 180 no-scope, but luckily for me, that second one didn't manage to hit, and now I can move. Now, this would be a pretty good opportunity to show off how good, Pain Train is, but I think I'm out of bears at this point, so yeah, just use range weapons against bears. They'll fuck you up. Oh, never mind, we got one more. Come on, Pain Train, do your thing. Oh, I need action points to sprint. Just... Okay, I'm not really sure if that did anything. A single bear is easy to deal with. When you've got extra, then it becomes difficult. Okay, more bears keep spawning in. And I'm pretty sure I've got Pain Train on. Maybe bears are immune to Pain Train. Would make sense. And just to check that that is on, yeah, it's there. So maybe they're a little bit too big. I suspect a couple of animals in this game, namely Deathclaws or maybe Scorch Beasts, would be immune to that. It ain't quite as powerful as it was back in Fallout 4, where you can just ragdoll anything you run into. Take this, bear. Yeah, it wasn't even using the Pain Train animations either. And yeah, being staggered again like that. Not fun. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really rate bash damage miniguns. You're much better off just using the things at range. Like, this thing loaded with bullets with, a decent heavy gunner setup with nerd rage and all of those things and a prime receiver. I don't think it's clean test material, that's for sure. We'll withhold judgment until we've taken the bat out, but I'm going to need like 50 or so repair kits to keep the thing actually running. And the fact that you can be staggered out of spinning the barrel up means that we're going to have a lot of problems actually maintaining the damage, because unlike miniguns firing bullets, yeah, you can actually be staggered out of attacking. Observe. I have to spin up the barrel again, to the point where it just doesn't work anymore. So not only does the barrel just not spin up by its own, again, it just... No, it doesn't work. In the great words of not Todd Howard, it just doesn't work. We'll spin up the barrel again. We've seemed to have stalled the baby Scorch Beast, which is, it's taking after its mother, so that's kind of sweet of it to do, but it needs to forget that behavior. In fact, I probably should have just left that one in the gene pool, so more of this stalling nonsense could happen. I like when that happens. Don't want to switch to third person. I mean, I can't anyway, so whatever. But it'd be nice to switch on the fly so I could actually see when things are around me. So, despite the damage being pretty good and a fun, different playstyle for a while, it's kind of just a novelty thing. Like I said before, there's not a lot of things that the shredding barrel minigun can do. Just only using shredding that this same weapon right here, firing the bullets, could do better. It's just, you lose a range and you've got a gun. You might as well take advantage of the range, right? But anyways, if you'd like to see this thing in your game, honestly, I could probably let go of it. I'm not really too keen on it. So, I don't know. If you guess the correct amount of bats that are on this particular paint job, I'll give you one last look at it. You can have this for free, sure. Also, don't put the paint on your own miniguns and cheat, because I will know about it. Thank you for watching, guys.